Well, hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Blacksmith Master. We are starting a new day. We have advanced to day 103. I did a lot between episodes. We've got our ore production from the mine, the iron mine, up to 1,332. That is absolutely brilliant. We've also increased the amount of copper we're getting in. Wood, nah, it's the same. But we have lots and lots of stock on hand. That means we need to maybe introduce another resource. So we'll look into that. We'll look into expanding the shop. We'll look into expanding our product range because we can now get more products because I have the ability to unlock some stuff. I already have 2 unlocks ready to go and another one almost there. So there's a lot to do. Let's get stuck in. We have a lot of people working downstairs now, a huge amount. I have been focusing very much on getting deliveries done. There's another one. And we'll see if we can find another fairly easy one to do. That one doesn't look too bad. The sickles. Yep, let's choose that. And almost, well, I think almost everything is upgraded. Oh yeah, everything that we have is upgraded to legendary now. So what I'd like to do, if we go into the blueprints and have a look at starting at the bottom, because these top ones are the last ones that we're going to get access to. The bottom ones are stuff that we can do now. This is going to need pine. Now we don't have pine, we have oak. So we're going to have to get ourselves a pine forest. It means we need to unlock the pine section. And eventually we'll get to birch, which will happen when we unlock trade routes because we can't actually get a birch forest. And then of course there's silver. So we're going to have to get somewhere there pretty soon. Another thing I noticed between episodes is this number, even though I did all those upgrades, all of these upgrades over here, and I have all the scholar stuff unlocked, we're still only getting 3,870. And I thought, well, that's strange because it does seem to be going up faster than that. So where are the numbers hidden? Now it looks like that number just gives the base amount that you would get for the scholars that you have, just based on the scholars' skills. But if you go into the graphs and we go down to scholars, well, you can see now that we are doing like 22,000 a day, and that's because we're getting these bonuses from all the unlocks that we did. So all the extra stuff for the tables, like lighting and carpets, and then the scrolls and the bookshelves and the blackboards, those are bringing in all the extra. So we're actually doing 22,000 a day and not 3,800 like I thought we were doing. So that's good news. So let's go and have a look at these unlocks and see what we're going to do. So pretty important for me now. There are a few things that I'd like to do as soon as possible. The first one is to upgrade the medium smelter so we're getting 3 ingots. Then I'd like to get the pine forest. I would also like to get another floor because I have some plans for another floor, and then also the silver. Now the silver is not crazy important now, but I think for now I'm going to get this one, the medium smelter Mark III, and then we can go up to our smelting room and we can do some upgrades. So yeah, there they are. They're 19,000 each. Money is not a problem because we're now at like 2.2 million. So then we can just go into build mode. We can click on these and upgrade all of them. And then there's just the copper one that's left, and that is done. Wait, I missed this one. Yep, there we go. So that will increase the speed at which we get the medium ingots. So these bronze ingots and the steel ingots. Cool. Another thing that I've decided to do is if we go back downstairs, I need space for the shop. And I thought about maybe going upstairs, moving the smelters down or something, and then I figured, no, why not? So let's just go down. So this whole setup over here, I think might move because we do kind of need adjacent floors for the store so that clients can get around quickly. So that means we need to go up a little bit. Now we have a floor over here, and I'd like to use this as the first smelter floor. We still have 2 floors to unlock above this, which we could use for a second smelter floor, and then maybe another production area above that. And then of course at some point the scholars will be leaving because we will not need design points forever, but for now they can just stay here in the basement. Anyway, we have more to unlock, so I think let's get the pine forest unlocked. And we have pine forest. So if we go to our wood cutting and we go to pine forest, we have a few things here, and I'm going to add on to them immediately. So we're going to stick in a new bed. Actually, I think I'm going to move this one first. Get that up there, and then bring that in, and maybe another one there. Don't know if I'm going to need that many. Then we can move this a little closer and get another one of them. And then some chopping blocks, and I will get a couple more. Drinks crate over there, cauldron down that side, and the big fire over there. Now I can start filling these spaces. So before we do that, let's have a look at this pine forest. It's pretty nice. Mushrooms on the trees. Not bad. Right, employment time. So we've only got 6 in the oak forest. I think we'll only get 6 in this one. So hire lumberjacks, and we'll get this guy, and I'm just going to keep refreshing until I find the better guys, like that one. And that is number 6. Good. We have 6. Let's go and see who's good with what. So it looks like our top chopping guy is probably Gregory. So I'm going to get him to cut trees and immediately set him to have all skills upgrade equally. That's fine. I think this person, I'm going to get them just to chop wood. Oh, actually, yeah, no, cut logs. We have a couple of them cutting logs. But let me see if there are any better cutters. Yeah, this one. You're going to definitely cut logs. And then the rest of them will chop the wood. There we go. And that is all of them set up. Superb. And they are working. I didn't actually need another bed. I'm just going to leave it there. Doesn't matter. We have something to deliver. The swords are complete. Cool. Let's get some more swords then. And that is the end of our day. A really good day. Well, comparatively not that good, but 103,000 income. We spent a lot on upgrades and on purchases. So we are in the red for today. Not a problem. We have so much money, it doesn't matter. Right, so I'm going to let these guys build up and head back to the main facility. And hopefully we'll get some blueprints to unlock through the merchants soon, because we now have a couple of things unlocked. So we have a bow, we have a rake, we have the metal hammer and the metal pitchfork. And those have appeared because we are now doing pine. And I'm not sure if there's any more items that use pine. And the day has come to an end, so let's start the new day and see how things are going. Still getting over 1,300 iron ore. Excellent, that's what I'm looking for. And now we've got pine as well, so we'll have some pine in there. And we can add that to our setup. But I'm first going to wait until we have some blueprints to unlock. Ooh, I didn't realize that this actually had a timer on it, so I'm going to make that a high priority. And hopefully we're able to finish it today. In the meantime, that copper goblet is complete. I'll choose another one, hopefully another one. Let's go and see if we can find another copper goblet somewhere. Nope, not looking promising at all. But we do have things like this that give us blueprints. This only uses one item, so I'm going to choose that. And we'll get those blueprints sorted out. As you can see, we're also selling shields in the shop. Because at the end of this day, I'm going to move things. Specifically this area. And hopefully we also, well, we should soon have another point to be able to unlock something in the mastery tree. I'm going to unlock another floor. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 of these setups on 2 floors. So basically I'm going to take this one to the floor above, and I'm going to add 2 more setups like this. That'll give me a little bit more breathing room, and we'll see where that goes. Yeah, so let's let this day play out, and then I will have a look at where we are. Although this is going to be finished really soon. Yeah, I'll wait for that to get done. We'll unlock another floor, and then I don't need the last floor for a little while, so I'm going to then get this one next after the new floor. Once I've got that, then I can go back and get the silver. Right, there it is. It's unlocked, and I can click on it. Boom, done. So I'm not going to need the 4th floor for a little while. The next one I will do after this is smelting 3. That will give us the large ingots, but that's going to unlock a whole bunch of stuff. I wonder if maybe I shouldn't rather get the silver mine first. It might be a better idea. Let's go and have a look at the blueprints. That'll help make a decision. So under new blueprints, not available. Scroll down to the bottom and see what is next. Actually, it looks like clay is next. I mean, it doesn't really matter. No, I lie, silver is next. Yeah, silver is next. But that's only going to become really important, I think, when it gets to jewelry. Silver bracelets and stuff, yep. But at least we can start. We can get the silver goblets going. Right, I'll let this day run. And once we're ready to start the new day, I'll be back. We've basically reached the end of the day. Our shop sales have fallen a little bit back from the wages. I will sort that out eventually. I didn't make much from merchant offers, didn't deliver that many. But in total, 85,000 a positive day. Good. Still lots of people working. And our last guy is just finishing up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start moving all of these things upstairs. And we have the extra floor now, so what I can do is come up right to the top, grab our floor and just build it in right the way through. There we go, that's done. And then we'll get the walls, and I've closed all of that up. Then finish up the stairs, so we'll put a staircase over here, another one over there, and I think that'll be the last of the staircases, unless I'm missing some downstairs, which I don't think I am. Maybe down in the basement, but I'm not worried about that now. So at the ground floor we have the shop. We go down from there, we have this area. I want to clear this area because I'd like to have more space for when I really expand the shop, but also as a starting location for the other things like the clay that will be coming in soon, which will eventually probably move to the top floor. So I'm going to start by grabbing one of these and heading up. And I'm not going to lay it out exactly the same as I had before, because I'd like to leave more space for the workers to sit. I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to have 3 of them. Something like that. Maybe I'll move them just a little bit further across. Something like that. Another thing I'm going to change is if we go down, right now we have 4 anvils to 2 water tubs. I'd like to change that. I'd like to have 6 anvils to 2 water tubs. 4 to a furnace is still fine. So we'll have to see how that works. Now I could just click on these and stash them so that I don't have to drag things upstairs. Right, so that is that all stashed. We'll go back up. Then we'll grab the anvils. And I'm gonna start by facing the first one out. Maybe I should start from the middle rather. Yeah, I haven't quite decided exactly how this is going to be laid out. So something like that, and then that would accommodate 2 tubs, just like that. But still, we only want 4 per. So I'm going to have basically 2 rows of these. And now that I can see, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to bring these in like that. And that will allow me to have more space for sharpening stations as well. And perhaps also more of these workbenches. So I'm going to stash all of these and I can start putting them in. And we are still going to have the same spacing as we had before. And that's them. I may still change the layout here. I haven't decided yet. Right, that looks about okay. I think I'm going to have far more space than I actually need. Right, so I'm going to run through this. I have some more tables that I can bring up because these tables are going to be used quite a lot more. So I will need a lot of them. But I'll need to bring benches up here as well, because we'll have a lot of people working up here. And then, of course, we're going to do whatever we do here, we're going to do on the floor above it as well. So give me a moment. I will be right back. Right, there we go. We have our new smelting floor. I got the 3 smelters. I got 12 anvils. I got 4 buckets. I got 16 workbenches. I have 10 carpentry tables. That might need to be increased. And then I've got all the benches on that side. I've got some on this side, and I've got a whole bunch of chests. And at the moment, I have pallets for iron ingots, steel ingots, copper ingots, and we'll have another one for bronze ingots. So I might as well get that set up. This will be for bronze ingots, and this will be used for crafting, and it will be a destination. Right, that's done. So that looks pretty good. I've checked the walkable space. There's lots more space than there was before. I feel comfortable with this. And I've put a couple of these arches in the middle so I could have lights on them. And I will put one more light over here. Get that all done. It's not perfectly balanced in terms of spacing where it is, but it's where I wanted it to be. And if we do need any more carpentry tables, I have space over here that I could put them in. And I also have space for trade chests when that becomes a thing. So all I need to do now is duplicate this upstairs in this area. I'll be back. And it is done. So pretty much the same on both floors. A couple of adjustments I made. I moved this arch over a little bit, center it in the room. And we do still have room to play with. I've added extra wheels in. So we have lots of stuff. And I believe that with 8 carpentry tables on each floor, we should be fine. If not, I will add more in. But I think that is good. And we have some breathing room. And I've got some new pallets that have already been assigned their designations. So I've got a whole bunch of benches to get rid of down here, which I will get to eventually. I don't think it's going to be important, as long as the guys upstairs have enough places to sit. And this floor is now clear, and I can use it to expand the shop when I need to. Right, now, with that all done, let's start the next day and see how it plays out. Okay, all these guys are coming upstairs. Good. And they're heading over to where they should be. I might need to get more assistance to service the pallets up on the top floor. And they are already bringing stuff in, so it's good. Awesome. Now, the thing that I've noticed with the workers is they will go to the closest workstation that is available. So we should be fine. And they'll balance themselves out. You can see some guys heading upstairs because there are workstations that aren't available. And if you go upstairs, these guys will most likely end up staying upstairs because they can work right here. Perfect. And we have something to deliver. Oh, I missed the deadline on this one. Oh well. Let's work on these blueprints. Yeah, I'll get this one. Right, pallets are starting to fill up over here. That's great. Downstairs, the pallets are holding. Smelting area, we have... Ooh, look at that. This is empty. Right, probably more iron smelters then. And we'll get the good ones, and they do line up. So we'll rotate and pop 3 more in here. And then I'll need to go and get some more assistants. So I'll refresh until we have a bunch of good ones. And 3 is good. And this is them. So I will have them on iron ingots. And this is the last one on an iron ingot. So they should go to those workstations. That might mean that I'm going to need more assistants to bring ores out. So let's go and get 1 more. This person climbs stairs fast. Well, that's good. And you will restock resources. And those resources will be iron ore. Cool, that should help us keep up. So none of these are really a priority. I'm going to prioritize the ones with the blueprints. Yeah, that's good. Now, the one thing on the mines is there's a little bit of a limit. Right now, we have a look at our staff on the iron mine. I have 24. I can't hire anymore because there's literally no space for another bed. So if we hop in here, the bed is a 4x4, like 4 big blocks. And I've arranged these in all sorts of different ways and I just cannot fit any more in. Yep, that's it. That's all the space we have. So 24 is the max. Now, I'm not sure how it's going to play out with the copper, maybe the same, but that's the limiting factor. So now we just have to get better people and make sure that those people are upgraded. And I'm going to have to let this run for a couple of days until all of our pallets are full and just keep an eye on them, make sure that the numbers are actually going up. They do seem to be, but that'll put strain on our smelters for quite some time. But this place does look a lot emptier now, so we can hire more blacksmiths. But I do need to hire 1 more assistant to carry our pine, because I've made space for, that's the oak storage, and we need pine storage. And I've got the pine storage next to it on both floors. So let's go and hire 2 more assistants. Just 1 more actually. Well, we've got 2, so I'll get 2. And one of them, the one that can walk the fastest, this one, will go over here and carry pine wood. Perfect. They'll be able to stock these little racks. Right, and we have finished one of the blueprint ones. Good. Let's see what else we can do. Bronze sword? Why not? And we'll make that a priority. Right, so our new blueprint, we can unlock something, and this looks like the simplest one. It takes only 1 pine wood. The rake takes 2, the metal hammer takes 1 plus an iron ingot, pitchfork, steel ingot, and 1 pine. So that's all the pine stuff. Let's get the bow, we'll unlock it, and then immediately upgrade it all the way to legendary. There we go. And we're working towards the next unlock, which I do think is going to be the silver. It seems to be the logical thing to do. And I'll be able to build up a stock of silver while I'm getting to the large ingots. Cool. Now that I have all this space, I think I can get some more blacksmiths. So I'm going to hire like 10 of them. And that is 10 new blacksmiths hired. And they're all down here and they are going to upgrade and do their thing. And that was a particularly bad day. We had a really good income, 138,000, but wow, I spent a lot of money. No problem, I have it to spend. More importantly, I don't have any unhappy customers. Scholars are doing well, we're up to 23,000. Fantastic. Resources are looking good, slightly increasing. These increases are basically because our people are upgrading themselves. And it sort of fluctuates day to day as well. And that is the end of the day, so we start the next day. Let's go and check out our smelting. Yeah, we're still not smelting iron ingots fast enough. But those pallets upstairs will fill up. And then this will fill up as well. It's just a matter of time. Right, we've finished another merchant office, so we'll complete that. See if we can pick up another one with a blueprint. Nope, nothing there. There we go. Oh, that's shields. That's a bit of a rough one. They take quite a long time to put together. Well, let me see if I can find a better one. Yeah, there we go. That's much easier. So we'll choose that. And we'll prioritize it. Oh, and our bronze swords were completed as well, so we can choose another one. Okay, 68 shields, that's not too bad. Let's do that one. And then we can go and unlock a couple of blueprints and then upgrade them immediately to legendary. The hammer as well. That's that done. So I only need one more for now. But if I unlock those two, then I'll have one for later. Right, we have finished another. Oh, there's another blueprint. Good. Now we don't need to worry about blueprints so much. Let's do the metal hammer. That's something new. And I can take the priority off that one because we're not chasing that blueprint right now. Get the blueprints and go and get the metal pitchfork, unlock, and up to legendary immediately. Good. Close that, and we can now do another upgrade, and that will be the silver mine. So let's do that. Cool. Now that we have the silver mine, we can start storing silver. And that is actually perfect because that extra blueprint that we're going to get, we go back in here, complete that. We're going to just choose something simple. We get the cooking pans. I'm choosing the simple things because they get built faster. Even though there's more of them, we make money out of them, but they get built faster because we need the points to be able to advance in the tree. We have more blueprints. Right. So under new blueprints, there are 3 items that require silver. So we do need to prioritize 176,000 in, 58,000 out. Perfect. I will prioritize the blueprints. Right, we do have a little bit on the stockpile. Yeah, we're up to 185 up here, and the top floor 183. We are fine. And these guys are making the shields. And with this guy dropping off that shield, that will bring the day to a close, and we can start the next day. Now, I just noticed there's a chest with 22 items in it. If it had more, I will need to see if I need to get more assistance to take things out to the shop and carts. Yeah, it's only that one box. And this lady's come along and cleaned most of it out in one shot. Yeah, actually, I think we're fine. And it is down to 0. Perfect. No, we don't need more people. But it does mean we can get ourselves a silver mine. So if we go down here, silver mine, let's go and see what's happening here. So we got the silver mine stuff over here. Looks like we have our bedding area in this area. So let's see how many we can slot in. So that could fit in there, there. Yeah, they all fit. You could fit another one over this side. Yeah, if we need to. In the meantime, I need to get all the other goods in. We have an elevator. We could use some light. So we'll stick some light in over there. Some over there. Yeah, kind of places where they are out of the way. That looks good. We get the drinks crate in over there. The cauldron next to it. The fire pit over here. And the pickaxe rack right over there. Good. Now we just need people to work. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with maybe 10 miners. And we're just going to straight off go for the good ones. There's another. Right, I've got 10. And we'll sort them by level. So I can see who are going to be the people with the pickaxes. And I think it will be the first 4. That'll be these 3 and that one. So they are going to be set to not carry oars. They're just using pickaxes. Now these will be a lot slower than with the iron and copper. And then all the others are going to just be carriers. Although because they're going to be slower, maybe I could use one more as a pickaxe person. Yeah. And then I'm just going to set them to automatically upgrade. And all done. So now we'll have silver. And it looks like we have completed another one with a blueprint. Perfect. But we also will be able to get an elite worker. So let's go and get another one of the blueprints. That mall. Ooh, this one's actually easier. We'll choose that one. And then we can get an elite worker, and it's a blacksmith. Every worker earns 10% more HP. Merchant gives 5%, attract more, 10% more customers. All blacksmiths walk at the same speed while carrying as they do while empty-handed. XP or carrying speed. I think I want XP. And I think those accumulate. And we have people to upgrade and automate them. So I don't have to get disturbed by them anymore. And then we have blueprint. So we'll get the silver goblet and unlock that. And increase it to legendary. Perfect. And we have completed another. So we can look for another, I suppose, the mall. That's a lot. But then we get money for it as well. Okay, I'm going to take this one right there. Good. Back to the top. And it's a rainy day. But tomorrow we should see a number here next to the silver ore. But I can then also go upstairs. Build another large pallet. Not that. Yeah, I kind of squeezed myself a little bit. I'm able to move these across this way. That someone's busy working on it. I need to get myself an ore storage crate. Maybe I'll just put that one over here. That's wrong. That should be back there. That crate will be carrying silver ore. And we'll have to get an assistant to bring that silver ore up. So while I'm remembering it, assistant, oof, our bill is going to be huge. Alright, so I'll skip past a few so that I can get to one that can climb stairs fast and carry more things. And that is this person here. Set her to automatic and then switch to restock resources. And that will be the silver ore. And then I just need to make sure that that's right. Yeah, that's all sorted. And another merchant offer done. Yeah, I'm not going to do silver goblets yet. So I'll need to refresh. Yeah, I'll do some more copper. That looks good. But there we go. We have pine, we have silver. We've had a couple of new unlocks. We are on our way to being able to extend our tree. And I think for now, the next one will be this one over here. I'll work a little between episodes because I'd also like to just finish this side. And on this side, there are 3 more. So there's the fancy racks, there's the extra floor, and the day's ended. I missed that. Yeah, we spent a heck of a lot. We were down, but that's fine. That is not a problem. But there you go. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments, let me know your thoughts, and if you know of any good tricks or tips that you can give, yeah, I'd love to hear from you. I think in the next episode we're going to make a big move towards getting the trade set up and maybe start bringing some clay in, doing some pottery. But I think gold is going to probably happen before that, or not. I'm not quite sure how it works, but yeah, we will make our way towards that because we could go to more larger smelters. A trade route, I'm not sure if that unlocks the gold automatically, but we could get to pottery. But thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers!